Hi, it's Rick back for Pixie Dust Designs, and we are going to be making a fun gift card holder today, perfect for Christmas, and we're going to be using the Let It Snow paper pad, the Holly Jolly stamp set, the nested frame dies, the Xmas Pals dies, and the stocking gift card holder dies. I'm also going to be announcing the winner of the $20 gift voucher for October at the end of the video, so stick around for that. And if you want to know how to enter that, all you have to do is leave a comment on the Pixie Dust Design videos, and we randomly pick a winner in the following month. So I have already cut out all the pieces for my gift card holder, and I'm going to go around and ink blend the pieces of the stocking. This is the toe and the heel part. I'm also going to ink blend, add a little ink shading to the holly berries, and I just picked a red ink for that, and that way it gives a little bit more definitions to the elements of the die cuts. So I'm just adding a little bit of color to that, and I'm going to add a little bit of color to all of the pieces. I'm going to add a little bit of color to his little nose, because we are going to make a little reindeer gift card holder today. For my holly, I'm taking the top layer of the die and just adding a little color to that. It does have two dies. One cuts out the bottom, one cuts out the top. For my little reindeer, I cut out his top layer out of a lighter brown cardstock, and I'm just adding a little bit of shadowing to that. I'm also going to do the same to his little feet, or part of his little feet. This is the legs. And I'm going to add a little bit of color to the hooves. I've just used that same ink that I'm using right now and just added just a little bit of darkness to it. And this, I'm going to do the same thing to his antlers. And if you want to skip ahead and get past all the ink blending, you most certainly can. I believe it's on about the 4-minute mark when we get into it, give or take. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment on my die cut frame. And I picked the Holly Jolly Christmas sentiment from the Holly Jolly stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that using a brown pigment ink. I'm going to end up stamping it twice because I want it to be nice and dark. I just picked an ink that I thought was close to the brown that I used in my cardstock. I'm setting that to the side and letting that dry. Since it is a pigment ink, it will take a little bit longer. And I'm going to go ahead and start assembling my little reindeer. So I cut out his base of his face using some shimmer cardstock. So I'm just going to add liquid glue behind the top layer and slide that right into place. Super easy. And I'm going to add his little antlers. And this one thing I love about Pixie Dust Designs dies is the fact that they have etch lines, so you know exactly where to line everything up. It makes it super easy and super quick to do. Excuse me for a second. So I'm going to go ahead and add his little nose. And I had to make it Rudolph because, I'm a big old kid. So I can't have Christmas without Rudolph. Now for the inside of the ears, I flipped it over, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue back behind there. And I'm using that same shimmer cardstock that I cut the face with. I just wanted a subtle shimmer for that. And it just adds that little extra touch. So it makes it super fun. And we're going to put his little hooves on his legs. And we're just going to take and pop that on there. But again, what I was saying was Pixie Dust Designs dies are super easy to put together. The edge lines on the dies make it super easy to know where to put what. And that's one thing I really appreciate about that. So we're just going to go ahead and add his little hoof right there. And then I'm going to make sure that's nice and lined up, because, I can get things out of whack. So now I'm going to add his little face. So I'm just grabbing my little pickup tool because I thought that would be easier. I just got to make sure my little eyes are going in the right direction, because I may or may not have put it on another project. So we're just going to pop his little eyes down there. So I just popped a little liquid glue in there. We're just going to pop those right into place, let them dry. And then I'm going to set this to the side. and let it dry. I'm going to go ahead and attach my sentiment to my frame. I just picked the next size nested frame die up and cut that out of some red cardstock. So we have a nice little matte layer on that. And now we're going to bring in the pieces of our gift card pocket. I cut the stocking and the slider mechanism out of the same piece of the Let It Snow pattern paper. That way everything was nice and cohesive. I'm going to add the heel of the stocking. And see, I pointed out there the etching on the dies that the dies create to make everything line up perfectly. So we're going to add the heel on. And then I'm going to take, and I thought about putting the top on there, but I'm going to go ahead and make my pocket of my gift card. It does have the etched lines in it. I'm going to make sure it's nice and crisp and folded. And then I'm going to take and re-crisp, make sure it's nice and crisp right there with that bone folder. And then I'm just going to take and make sure that everything slides in. And there are little marks. The die does cut out the little place to hold the gift card. So I'm going to slide my gift card in there. And that way that'll be ready to go when I get ready to put it together. I'm going to add some liquid glue on the back. You could use tape to make it easier. I decided to flip this over. And then I'm just going to slide my pocket into place. It does line up in that space right there at the top. And it is perfectly sized to fit in the back of the pocket. You could easily put this on a card front if you wanted to. I'm just going to go ahead and hand it out. I will either hand deliver it just like this, or I will put it in a 5x7 envelope, or make an envelope that'll fit it. And that way I can have the perfect size. So I just slid my little pocket in there with my gift card. I'm going to add my top of my stocking there. Make sure we get it going in the right direction, because, you know, heaven forbid. Now I'm going to take and add my little reindeer head. I thought about tucking it down in there, but what I decided to do was take and attach it to the pull tab. So I'm just going to add that with some strong liquid adhesive, and that way it will pull up, and I don't have to hide anything. Everything's nice and hidden. I'm going to add his little feet like he's sticking out over or inside out of the stocking. So I'm adding his little hooves on there and his legs. And then I'm going to add my holly, put my holly together for this project. I've got my little holly berries there. So since the top layer, we're going to just go ahead and add that. And they line up perfectly at the perfectly on there. I'm getting a little, can't talk. Sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and line the second one up. And I will go ahead and put those kind of where I think I'm going to want them. I'm going to go ahead and add my little berries on, and I'm going to put them where my shadow layer is kind of facing one direction. So I'll go ahead and add the other two berries, and I'm just going to pop those into place of my little holly berries. So I'm going to add those, and we're going to put those in. I'm going to go ahead and attach my holly leaves, and I'm just going to pop those down with some liquid glue, making sure that all the adhesive is hidden. And then for our little berries, I'm going to pop up onto a foam square. And my sentiment, I'm going to pop up on foam squares as well. So I'm just going to pop those into place, pull those backings off, pop those in. That way I have my nice sentiment there. And then I'm going to finish the card off by adding a few white gel pen highlights around in certain areas, like on the holly leaves, the holly berries, our little reindeer, because he's going to deserve some little highlights as well. And I like to add my highlights. It's like a finishing detail that just takes everything over the top. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of glitter to the Rudolph's nose. And that way it has a little bit of sparkle there. And then that is my finished project. Here's a closer look at the project. And here I can pull it out for you and show you the gift card. Slide it back in place. Everything slides nicely. And I'm just checking the size there. It's a little slightly larger than a 5x7. So I'd probably just make an envelope myself. And the winner of our gift voucher for October is right there. Please email that to claim your prize. Bye, guys.